Okay, so before we begin, a few things I would like to say is this is the loudest I'm gonna be, more than likely. I'll try to be at least. There are other people here, so I rather not disturb them by being too loud. So, excuse me if I sound a little low on the audio. I'm gonna be a little closer to the mic, so there's going to be a lot of the sounds that the fucking mic picks up, unfortunately. Excuse me for that. And unfortunately, that's how it's going to be for a while. It's either that or I don't record, which I was thinking about that because a lot of shit is going on. I was thinking maybe I shouldn't record, but I was like, I'm on a recording streak, so might as well. So I'm just gonna record some. Last time there was a fight going on or something, and we met Noldrin, I believe, who was Darren's master. So here we go. One more thing I'm noticing is the incredible synchronization between the two of them. Even if they've been apart for more than 10 years, you can clearly see that they know each other's moves by heart, and they don't need to communicate their actions through words in the heat of battle because one will always know what the other is planning to do next. More than this, it seems like neither of them is hesitant in leaving their guard down while the other is watching their back. It's clear that such a level of teamwork can only be achieved by fighters who have spent many years fighting together, side by side, just like old times, eh, Darren? Noldrin says after he slices the head of an orc clean off his shoulders. Yes, I see that you're still as reckless as ever, Darren says, as he blocks one of the monster's maces with his shield. I can't believe that you're still alive after all this time. You may be saying this, but you're clearly enjoying this fight, Noldrin says, with a grin as he dances away from one enemy and prepares to engage another. Here's another reckless move for you, boy. Get ready. Reflexes check, level 1. He then runs full speed ahead towards an orc that is too busy fighting Darren to pay attention to Noldrin, and he makes a horizontal jump, rotating himself in the side in midair, propelling his feet into the monster's back. As the orc gets knocked off balance, the ex-sage falls to the ground on his left shoulder. Darren immediately sees this opportunity and he drives his sword through the monster's head, while Nordon quickly rolls to the side in order to avoid getting bludgeoned by another orc's mace. As soon as the ex-sage gets up, he feints an attack with one of his swords, pretending to do a full swing from the left side. Just as the orc raised his shield to defend himself, Nordon's second sword comes swinging for the monster's neck from the right, cutting his head off in one move. Decide that it's time for me to join the battle as well, so I grab my dagger in my right hand and head towards one of the orcs that Layla is fighting. The orc sees me coming. He blocks my first blow with his shield while he swings his mace for my head. There is no time for me to parry that hit after I've only just attacked, so I try to jump back in order to dodge the orc's weapon. I manage to get out of harm's way in time, seeing that the monster gets to attack me a second time. Before the monster gets to attack me a second time, Layla stabs him from behind with one of her daggers, forcing him to turn her away once more. I take advantage of this and I immediately dash back towards my enemy, driving my blade through the back of his helmet, which makes it pass straight through his neck. After a few seconds of gurgling of blood, the orc finally falls to the ground and he dies soon afterwards. As soon as I look to see how the others are doing, I notice that the rest of the monsters are already dead and that my teammates are now assembling near the woods so we can go and fight the orc mages and their captains together. You sure made short work of these so-called elite warriors, didn't we? Norton says. Then he laughs. Not yet, Darren says. There are still 5 mages waiting in the woods, and their captain's fighting skill is far superior to that of his subordinates. It's really weird that they didn't join the fight. They could have clearly, gotten the advantage if they did, which is, I have no clue why they didn't, but we'll see. Let's just hurry up and get to them before they... Darren suddenly gets interrupted by the sound of a loud horn coming from the direction of the orc captain, which makes us all cover our ears to dampen some of the noise. Crap, Arca says. As soon as the orc captain stops blowing in the horn, I forgot to check above us. Veron riders incoming. Veron riders incoming. We all turn our head upwards and see 10 black Veron quickly... I know some people call it wyvern, but I like calling them Verons because it sounds better. Wyvern sounds so weird. Quickly diving down from the clouds in which they have been hiding until now. Clouds? What do you mean clouds? We're on the fucking plane, we're at the sea levels. If they were in clouds, then they're really high up, a couple kilometers at least. And if that's the case, how fast are these dragons that they're getting down that fast? Each of the creatures is ridden by an orc wearing regular leather armor and holding either a long spear or a crossbow in their hands. Varans are a small version of dragons that have a body length of 15 feet and their wings spanning about 20 feet. Okay. They're far less intelligent than dragons. The scales are a lot less durable. They cannot breathe fire, but other than that, their appearance is rather similar. Once the Varren riders realize that we have already spotted them, they slow down their descent and they begin to second around the skies, waiting for the right moment to strike. Trava, Iluna, I will take care of the Varens, Kate says. The rest of you can't fly, so you won't be able to help us. I think we should all go and deal with the mages before they call for more reinforcements. Maybe you're right, Darren says. At least we have forced them to reveal their ace up their sleeve, so they shouldn't be able to surprise us anymore. Damn it. As Darren was finishing his sentence, a very large blue circle appeared on the ground in the area surrounding us. A dim blue light is now slowly starting to envelop us. Get out of the summoning circle, Darren shouts. Get out now. We all rush out as fast as we can, and when we look back, we can see the blue light has filled the whole area above the circle up to a height of nearly 30 feet. But what the fuck are they summoning? And it's gotten 10 times brighter than before. Soon afterwards, the earth starts to tremble and a very large creature gradually materializes from thin air within the circle that we just left. As the circle, if you're standing in a summoning circle, what happens? Do you just get pushed out of the summoning circle? Do you get pushed up by the creature? Mayhaps gradually materializes itself from thin air within the area that we just left. As the circle and the bright light fades away, once we get a clear look at it, we realize that the creature which has been summoned by the dragon mages is without a doubt a red-eyed mammoth. Red-eyed mammoth? Okay. Towering above us at an impressive 30 feet of height, the creature is now staring at us with bright red eyes, as if it's still trying to decide whether it should attack us or not. Red-eyed mammoths are generally not known for their aggressive behavior, despite their menacing looks, but a summoned creature is forced to obey any order given by its master, so it most likely won't be long until this creature will try to trample us all to death. Mammoths in general are only slightly larger than elephants, and the only major difference between the two species is the terms of appearance. In fact, that mammoths have much larger tusks and the skin is typically covered with wool. Red-eyed mammoths, on the other hand, are much larger. They can only be found on the northern continent, and they are notorious for their fierceness in battle. When they fight to protect their territory, the skin are completely armored, being far more durable than elven steel, and when they fight, they use their trunks like huge mallets to smash their enemies, while they use their tusks as spears to impale any remaining survivors of their onslaught. As the mammoth roars loudly, I can suddenly feel the presence of the orcs and ogres disappearing from the forest due to them teleporting out of the area just like last time. Why are they teleporting out? Shouldn't they join and get a better chance at killing us? What the hell are they doing, honestly? Well, could be a big ass plan or something, or it could just be plot hole, who knows. Just like last time. The mages and the captain are gone, by the way, Arka says. Just thought I'd let you know. Yes, Arka, we all know that, Iluna says. It's not like they took any effort to hide their auras anymore for the past minute. The mages were probably only brought here to summon this beast and nothing else. Let's go deal with the Varen before anyone else shows up. Flower then jumps into the air and she propels herself upward with her fire jets. Kate jumps on a flying platform made of ice, while she creates an ice cage around herself in order to make sure that she won't fall off. You're going to have to deal with the mammoth yourself while you fight the Varens, Kate says. Don't take any stupid risks. Easier said than done, Kieran says. You'll manage, don't worry, Nolton says. There hasn't been a monster yet that Darren and I have failed to defeat while fighting together. You just have to go follow your banshee friend and do what you need to do. Kate nods curtly and then she lifts her cage into the air, following Iluna towards the Varen riders. As Kate heads for the skies, the rest of us stand on the ground and we look at the mammoth, which has been notably sliding since its roar from earlier. The creature is not moving at all, it's simply staring at us, waiting for our move. So Hardrick says, do you guys think we should attack it or? Suggest we back off slowly while facing the mammoth. I mean, if you back off, wouldn't it charge? But it's a summoned creature, so it's definitely going to attack. So I think we should shoot it with a crossbow, because it's definitely going to do a charge attack, and the more distance we have between ourselves, the harder the charge is going to hit. But Yeah, probably. So shoot the mammoth with the crossbow. You know what they say, I tell Hardrick. There's no time like the present. I then raise my crossbow and shoot the mammoth in the head. The crossbow bolt simply bounces off the creature's forehead without so much as scratching its surface. But my little stunt did not go completely unnoticed, as it seems that I've managed to get the monster's undivided attention. The mammoth stares directly into my eyes and begins to run towards me in an attempt to trample me under its feet. Alright, little mammoth, Hardrick says as he cracks his knuckle. Let's see what you've got. The dwarf then dashes towards the creature and punches up in the air, trying to punch it in the head. The mammoth, however, sees it coming and he stops it in its track, raising its trunk so it can defend itself. As soon as Hardrick gets into the monster's attack of range, the mammoth swings its trunk at him from above, the incredible force sending the dwarf crashing into the ground.